All right, everyone take a seat. Now, before we get started, I'm going to apologize. It's been about a year and a half since I taught anyone anything, so if this is a little rusty, deal with it. For our first lesson, we're going to talk about something that is fundamental to both confidence and mindfulness. It will also have a positive impact on just about everything in your life whenever you apply it. Today's lesson is spend 5 minutes to save 10.
I don't know, I just woke up from a little nap. It's a little dark, but you guys silly? I'm still gonna send it. Snow's too soft. Another day, another beer.
Now, if only Larry spent 5 minutes to check the snow, he wouldn't be spending 10 minutes to fix his sled and down another brew to mask his pain. The lesson itself is quite simple. Deceptively simple. To help illustrate this, let's start with an example just about everyone has experienced. It's another day of school, and you approach someone you've known for some time now. You greet them as you normally do, and they respond with something short and mean. Obviously, this hurts you. You were getting along great with this person, and now they suddenly seem so distant. Did you do something to make them mad? Did you say something wrong yesterday? The anxiety takes over, and you go with your gut. You leave it there. You don't approach them for the rest of the day. Or the next. For the rest of the week, you avoid them. Clearly, they're mad at you. It's best to stay away. When they're ready to talk to you, they'll come to you, you think. And they never do. This ends up being the last time you talk to this person, an outcome that is far more common than many realize. Let's rewind back and go through this with our new mantra. After that day of school, you spend 5 minutes to consider the situation more, to consider them, to consider yesterday and what if anything happened. And you come to the conclusion that as far as you know, you didn't do anything. You spend another 5 to consider that this person has their own life. What if something happened? What if they're just lashing out because of a bad headspace? What if they actually need help? So you spend the 5 minutes the next day to reach out. After giving them some space, you spend 5 minutes to carefully consider what you're going to say, and then you spend 5 minutes approaching them in earnest and delivering your carefully constructed words. And they reciprocate. This friend spends 5 minutes to consider your words and that you're approaching them sincerely. They spend 5 minutes explaining themselves, that it was a bad day, and another 5 minutes explaining that they had felt so bad after lashing out at you like that they thought surely you hated them now. And now you both spend 5 minutes reassuring each other. The friendship is now not only saved, but much stronger. You are both far more confident in the friendship and mindful of each other. This abstraction details exactly how this little saying can build on top of itself. Obviously, 5 minutes to save 10 is a generalization. Each of these steps can take more or even less than 5 minutes. But the amount of time you save for investing even a moment creates profound results. It also helps illustrate how it can be applied on both sides of the situation. Let's go with something more practical now, a type of job most will have at some point. You're working retail and a customer approaches you with a question. You do not know the answer explicitly, but you figure you can guess your way through it. You go with your impulse and deliver your guess with an unsure tone. The customer reads this immediately and starts badgering you with more questions that you don't know the answers to. Now we've got a situation on our hands. Who knows how long it's going to take to calm Karen? Now let's take a look at this if we remember to spend 5 minutes to save 10. Instead of following your impulse, you remain mindful of our mantra and spend your 5 minutes to confirm your answer. You return to the customer with a response that you spent time to confirm is correct, so when it's delivered, it's done so with a confident tone. You put the time in to be right, so you deliver it like you are. The customer hears this confidence in your delivery, and they respond much better to your confident, correct answer and finish their purchase. With that single step, you have started to build the foundations of confidence with yourself in terms of finding and delivering a correct answer. You also began your steps in the path of mindfulness by stopping your gut impulse. This helps compound further by making it so the next time you're asked that question by a customer, you actually already know the answer. For our last example, we'll go with something more specialized. You've been tasked to write a new function for a piece of software at your company. The task isn't necessarily complicated, but you're tying a wealth of other functions together to build it. So while not complicated, it is cumbersome. To help make this task easier, you decide to tie it all together using numbers in place of more detailed constants. It saves you time, the code looks lean, and you're able to get your job done in a third of the time of your peers. If you're in the industry, you likely know where this is going. It's a new month, and another team member is tasked to build a function using what you just built. Except what you built is utterly unreadable to them and the team lead. So they reach out to you for help understanding what these values mean. And you don't even remember anymore. What you've built is lined with magic numbers that no one, not even you, understands cleanly. The amount of work that goes into deciphering the code you built utterly trumps how much time you saved when building it. Now, let's look back at this through the lens of spending 5 minutes to save 10. Instead of going with your magic numbers, you spend the 5 minutes to plan out the function using constants. You spend the 5 minutes it takes to name your constants. You spend 5 minutes to consider your team and add comments where needed if anything seems too vague. Far more important than code that looks lean, you have code that is readable. Code that another teammate can look at and require almost no extra input to understand and make use of. Your teammate sees this and spends the 5 minutes to thank you. You spent 5 minutes to name your constants. You took 5 minutes to consider not just yourself, but your team as a whole. This builds your confidence with others being able to recognize your effort and your consideration of the team's needs. And the habit of mindfulness is further cemented as you remember to always spend 5 minutes to save 10. Building the foundations of mindfulness at first may seem difficult. In the beginning, it will take conscious, deliberate effort. But once those neural pathways are drawn and well tread, your brain will begin doing it automatically. Remember to be patient with yourself in the process. You will forget and you will stumble. But remember to forgive yourself for being human, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. And that concludes today's lesson. I hope this helped define a number of concepts I know we struggle with, or helped reinforce what many of you likely already know and actively practice. I have much more to share with you all, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Oh, I think I mentioned we're making a game somewhere.